Alrighty, looks like everything is in order. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, well, to those who are just returning and to those who are brand new, my name is Ed and welcome back to the live stream. I'll be doing some drawings for you guys, and I thought, you know what, the Sketch Jam was fun on Tuesday, although I was a bit, I guess you could say, a little bit more tired / under the weather than I normally am, because the one thing they don't really mention in the carnivore diet, well they do, but like I kind of just wanted to do like a little experiment, is things like spices and herbs you actually become intolerant to as well. It's an interesting little development where you just can't tolerate spice really at all. Like the things my ancestors fought wars over. I find I have very limited tolerance for. Things like pretty benign things as well, like you know, black pepper, for instance. I'm just gonna chuck this on record as well. Just finding some reference material here. God, she's beautiful. I'm not going to go with this particular hairstyle. I'm going to go sort of a parted down the middle look. So I came up with this concept after doing a couple of conventions recently. I actually have a convention this weekend, so I'm more focused on that. At the moment. And Ella Purnell from the Fallout series, she just has like these huge, almost, I guess you could call them cosmic girl eyes. Big, gorgeous eyes, which gives her this kind of disarming, neotenous anime character look. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next season of the Fallout show. I haven't really, sat down to watch very much Amazon Prime recently, or even what's it called? the other one, the one that started this whole revolution off. Netflix. So I recently sort of resubscribed to Netflix after, you know, essentially being on hiatus for a couple of years. Actually, unlike the people who really got into the idea of Netflix during lockdowns, I mostly just gamed. I mostly just kept myself entertained. I did make, I've mentioned this before, but I did make the mistake of buying a new gaming console because there was a global shortage of them. Essentially what had happened is a bunch of scalpers had sort of bought them all, or as many as they could, and we're in the process of reselling them online, which I got a fair price for mine at the time, but yeah, I paid way too much. It's actually gotten a bit warm all of a sudden. So how is everyone tonight? Hope you're all doing well. I know I am. It's weird to have the setup getting gradually more improved as I go along. Just little things, you know. she's a talented actress. The interesting thing as well is I didn't realize she was British, and I was pleasantly surprised when I discovered that yeah, she's a classically trained artist. In the world of performance. And I found something else interesting not too long ago in another Amazon series that I've been watching, The Boys, is Anthony Starr, the guy who plays Homelander. He's a Kiwi. I did not know this. I mean, I'm not a New Zealander myself, but I was pleasantly surprised because he appeared on this episode of Hot Ones, and that was actually pretty cool. I got to hear his actual accent. And although he has been, living and working in the United States for a while now, you still hear that Kiwi accent coming through pretty strongly. Not as strong as, say, the guys from the Flight of the Conchords. Like, those two have particularly strong Kiwi accents. And that's the other interesting thing. Like, of the colonial regional accents, you can absolutely tell the difference if you listen close enough. Like, the Aussie accent is pretty much the same wherever you go. Like, I sound like basically every other Aussie. Not saying that there aren't, variations and stuff. Yep. But I've always been able to tell an Aussie from a Kiwi. They definitely have more distinct accents. Also, South Africans, I've always been able to tell a South African. So I want to make this into more of a comprehensive series. So yeah, prepping for this weekend should be pretty easy. I am at some point looking to do a live stream of a gig, just as like a cool sort of bonus feature for whoever I'm drawing for at the time. Just have to pitch the idea to them. It shouldn't be too hard. And like I said, I've also been rewatching Invincible. That's an interesting show. I'm also going to be drawing some TikTokers at some point. More of the noteworthy because there's a few out there that are like really famous, and I don't have a big enough channel yet to do live streaming on TikTok as well, but I'll see if I can down the track. I'm also going to be incorporating some more animation work into what I'm doing. There's always room for improvement. I've also got more travel coming up, and I want to do some live streams while I'm out on the road. The only problem is I'm worried about sort of global roaming. I'm trying to get like the best possible data package while I'm overseas. It should be fairly easy, but you never know. I'm also loving the hell out of the carnivore diet. mean, I still kind of get a little bit hungry from time to time, but it's way more manageable than I thought. I'm going to throw a little bit of colour onto this lovely lady. Just realised how low the music is. Yeah, I've made this point in previous episodes, but the guy that plays Lucy's brother, I'm like, you know, I just can't buy those two as being related. Like, Lucy absolutely looks like Kyle MacLachlan would be Kyle MacLachlan's daughter. But I think his name's Moises or something like that. Can't think of his surname off the top of my head. I think he's like Latin American or something. Oh, also, I should have mentioned this earlier, but I reached the 50 follower threshold, which is a big deal when you're on Twitch. Other platforms not so much, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that result. I think, what is it? On YouTube, I've got a few more subscribers. I'm kind of in the process of like trying to, I guess, build a bit of an empire. I also need to do a truck upgrade. Music's a bit loud. So I'll be working alongside my mates over at Supernova Sydney. Should be a bit of fun. I want to mix it up a little bit. So what I'm doing, just putting down flat colour for now. I might do a little bit of liquefy, exaggerate maybe a teensy bit. And these lovely hazel green eyes. They're almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an olive. Quick little flood fill here. And that obviously has bled out into the rest of the drawing. Always got to be a bit apprehensive when oh, hey there. Nice to see you. Yeah, I was just talking about how I've got a series of I think it's a teensy bit too loud. I've got a bunch of conventions and travel coming up, so I'll be heading out to perform live at Sydney's Olympic Park. Should be a lot of fun. To anyone watching outside of Australia, Sydney's Olympic Park is one of the best utilised former Olympic stadiums, I think, of all time. Like, a lot of people live there, like, year round. It's a good spot to, you know, raise a family if you're so inclined. And I'm really happy with how this new little microphone setup's going. You can actually hear the proper audio and everything, which is really cool. My mustache is a bit unruly tonight. Thinking of getting some of that beard oil or whatever and just sort of getting it under some kind of control. So some more updates. I will be doing the caricaturing on the Thursday, and the like the more sketch jammy sort of freestyling stuff on the Tuesday. Although my previous policy of I have no set schedule, I just go live when I can, is going to be in effect when I'm out traveling later on this year, because I'm heading out overseas and I don't know what level of quality connection I'm going to have. So it's all a bit of a mystery. But I'm not too worried at the end of the day, because the company that hires me is actually really good. I'm just gonna I masculinized her a little too much, because you know, she is a British lass, and they do have a certain sort of subtle beauty about them. Some of them way more subtle than others. Also, I am bringing back the gaming stream officially. So I've got some plans regarding the Oddworld series again. Now, these streams won't be going live necessarily across the board, like on all different platforms. This is more of a YouTube and Twitch exclusive. Maybe Twitter will be in on the action too, but I haven't decided yet. I've also actually got a lot of professional stuff that I would like to incorporate into the live stream as well. Haven't made up my mind yet. Yeah, I'm super happy of reaching that big milestone. It's weird when you finally sort of make it to a particular like, you don't have to look back that much. Although I like to keep, I don't really keep a journal or a diary, but I do write a lot of stuff just like in the notes of my year planner. And in a way, that has become more of a journal than really any journal I've ever had. Like I don't record a huge amount of thoughts or whatever, but I like to get out what's in my head at the time. So bump in for the convention is tomorrow. Should be fun. So this is basically how the caricature process happens. Like if I'm drawing digitally, I'll almost always use like the iPad Pro and everything. Sometimes I'll use the Wacom, but I personally find that the Wacom isn't as fast or efficient as the iPad Pro, which I also need to get a replacement for. It's a whole lot of things I've got to take into account now as the brand has been growing. You have to factor in all this other stuff. So this is kind of Sketch Jam adjacent. As there are sketching elements in it. But I think down the track I might actually pivot away from just calling it straight up Sketch Jam. Might be time for a rename, I don't know. See how things go. Ooh, excuse me. I think I'm a little bit more tired than I realise. So I have the girl from the vault doing the thumbs up. always check my, like, if you ever have trouble drawing hands, you quite literally have a source to refer to at your fingertips, pun intended. I think I may have given her man hands. A little bit on the gritty side. But yeah, I am absolutely looking forward to the next installment series of the show. Make sure to have a Pip-Boy just kind of like a wrist-mounted phone. She's got her Vault suit on. Always pick, if you want to move anything in Procreate, make sure you pick all the layers that you want to actually move. It's a quality of life thing. I kind of wanted to have Lucy appearing in the Bethesda logo. It's like the gear. The interesting thing about as well about Fallout is, like, had it stayed with the guys that originally made the game, I don't think it would have been as good as it is now. Like, I haven't played it in any significant Fallout 4. I wasn't particularly interested really at all in Fallout, not New Vegas. New Vegas was actually, like, really, really good. Like, if they remastered New Vegas, I would play the heck out of that one. What's going on here? also got to do the advertising and everything. I'm drawing on the wrong layer, that's what it is. For a slightly more substantial looking frame. And we will draw in the body and the vault suit. So I'll be drawing some more, I guess, celebrity types in the following weeks. I also want to do some what I call character designing streams. Hang on, just give me a minute here. Just going to move this chat box over. Sort of, it's obscuring stuff. Don't want it obscuring stuff. As you can tell, it the setup I have here is pretty bare bones. I also post shorts pretty frequently on my YouTube channel. They're pretty fun. Yeah. Music's really quiet again. Turn that up just a teeny bit. Okay, we've gone over the 1 hour mark. would like to send a heartfelt shout out to everyone who's got me on in the background. Or thankfully just hanging out to see the art come together. Very appreciative. A whole bunch of interesting little doodads on a vault suit that you never really notice when you're watching it on the show itself. Oh. A little bit loud. It's excellent music though. A nice departure from they keep these layers separate. In case of duplicate, don't use freeform, use uniform. Gets the job done. Slight exaggeration when it comes to the circle itself. Oh, what am I doing? Getting rid of the wrong layers here. Actually, that music's getting a bit like, how's it going? Maybe just keep it to a dull roar. So if you're just joining me, just putting the finishing touches on this one. Well, not finishing touches, but turn off these layers so I have a better idea of what I'm actually drawing here. And I might just take this down a teeny bit so it's not too much in the way. Life's pretty amazing. Like when you think about it, when you realize just how amazing it is to be here in this moment, there's something intensely special about that. It's something that words really struggle to articulate. The wrong color. So yeah, I'll be putting some of these up as, what are they called? As full videos. I'll, edit them down a little bit and I made her eyes look a little bit too pale. Make her eyes pop a little bit. Bring this down. Do some bit more liquefying. Might actually flatten out these eyes. Now let's block in the blue jumpsuit. Yep. Yep. It's always a quick way of finding which layer he ended up accidentally drawing on. Yep. Oh, I was wondering why it was so quiet. I've actually come to the end of the playlist here. See, the interesting thing is I'm actually doing my music through YouTube rather than Spotify this time around. I just want to try something different. Like, I've used YouTube before for the music. It's turned out to be pretty good. I'm just blocking in colour at the moment. I forgot I can just as easily snap in a circle, do a drag and drop. Much better. I'm looking a little bit wonky. I'll get rid of this line here. Makes it look a little bit old. See, the blue and yellow motif is very strong contrasting colours. It's one of the reasons why Fallout has endured for so long. And like, compared to say, for example, Star Wars, I think like a TV show like Fallout just has way more possibilities. Like, yeah, you do absolutely need Vault Dwellers and the Brotherhood of Steel and ghouls and super mutants and all that fun stuff, but you can technically tell more stories with the Fallout franchise than you really can with the Star Wars. It's an interesting thing that I've found, that one of the main problems with Star Wars at this current point in its history is they're out of ideas. It's really apparent now. Like, before, a lot of the fans were just, giving them the benefit of the doubt, just thinking, nah, you know what, this particular version of Star Wars wasn't really for me, but let's see what else these guys can do. And now it's just like, oh, okay, so this is exactly what Star Wars is going to be going forward. I really shouldn't get my hopes up. And I think that's a bit sad. You hear interviews with George Lucas, who's now just absolutely lamenting his, choice. And maybe Star Wars will improve. I hope it does. I really hope it does. Like, I was never the biggest fan. Like, I was kind of born in when the first Star Wars movies came out, I was born the year the last movie of the original trilogy was released. So there was no way in hell I was going to see it as a 0-year-old. Even if my parents at the time did take me to go watch that movie in the theatre, I was way too young to remember it. I have seen it since, obviously, and it still holds, like, parts of it are a bit wonky here and there. Like, this is a movie that came out during, like, an absolute cavalcade renaissance of really terrifying practical effects. There's just some really, really ugly looking things out there that were made to move so they looked alive. I think people look at growing up as an 80s kid as like one of those like interesting times in history, but the movies back then were terrifying. A lot of them were made by some pretty demented minds. And it's kind of looking back at all those practical effects that I watched that would invariably, haunt my dreams, that inspired me to become like a creative. I've always, liked masks and stuff, not like surgical masks or anything, but what are they called? Like Halloween masks. I actually bought a bunch of really cool masks while I was in Japan earlier this year. And I'm looking to add them to my workspace and move to my new studio. Should not be too far down the track. Just have to find a place to move to. That's the tricky bit. I am definitely in the market for a new place to rest my head. Won't be this year though, there's too much going on this year. And that's the other thing, you know, when you become an adult, like so much of what you do has to be regimented in a way that is absolutely conducive to flourishing. Let me check. Yep, everything's still alive. Hello out there, wonderful people. Hope you're all doing well tonight, or whatever time it is where you are. The cool thing about working on the iPad as well is you can do like those sort of intense zoom ins. I've always wanted to make one of those, like, you ever see those, like, the ones where like the guy just sort of zooms in infinitely and there's just like it's a drawing within a drawing within a drawing. I've always wanted to do something like that. And the problem is, like, they take so long. Although I have a reasonable suspicion that a lot of those like infinite like zoom in drawings are AI generated. Like, not all of them, but at least some percentage have to be. Just the law of the jungle. Cool thing as well is these drawings, like just without the color layer, actually make really good like coloring in pages. So what I'm thinking of doing is just drawing up a bunch of like color ones, but like just turning off the color layer and just printing out the the outlines and just having those. We're at the officially at the hour and a half mark. Didn't she have was it a thumb? No, it was a finger. She had a finger bitten off. Had to be replaced. Now that's good character development. I actually love how grim and bleak they've made the wasteland as well. And the poor squires of the knights of the Brotherhood of Steel, they have to, you know, carry around their inventory. Which I think is a great nod to the game itself, because realistically, that's what an inventory is. You know, you have to have a spare person running around alongside you, making sure all your equipment is in one piece. The only way video games, the logic behind video games actually works. I'm definitely enjoying the more ambient track this time around. Because that's the problem, I can't really sort of concentrate when there's a lot of bass. Like I can work when there's a lot of bass in music and stuff. Like I've done a lot of weddings, done a lot of birthday parties and Christmas events and whatnot, and they usually hire a DJ who takes his job very seriously. Color layer back on. But yeah, the amount of parties I've been to where the DJ just, you know, gets a bit enthusiastic. And they play the same. A lot of them just play the same, like, generic songs. Like, you got ABBA, Dancing Queen. You got what's it called? What's the other one called? You got YMCA. You got sometimes they play Macho Man as well by Village People. The Grease Mega Mix, if you've ever heard that one. There's a whole bunch of them out there. They just play the same stuff. And like, obviously, you know, you get a lot of sort of cross-pollination when it comes to weddings. But yeah, like every sort of Aussie wedding that I've been to, it's like that's the music that they play. Occasionally you'll get like, you know, people who are a bit more ambitious with their song choices. But for the most part, it's just, yeah, they just leave it up to the DJ to pick, and it's always like the same songs. And what's the other one? Apple Bottom Jeans. I'm pretty sure that's not what it was called, but yeah, that song as well, that gets played a lot at weddings. Not when they're saying the I do's, like, just FYI, it's at the after party. Weddings are strange, but like the older I get, the more I get it, if that makes sense. I'm also thinking of doing a live stream of me playing through the original Fallout 1. And I think I could like knock that one over in maybe 3 hours, maybe even less. Like if you speed run that game, like you don't necessarily even have to do like most of the quests in that, but you can speed run that game and get it done in like maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Back when it first came out, on the other hand, that game was something completely different. I remember playing it over at a mate's house back in 1997. Like I haven't really, you know, stayed in touch. Like we drifted apart pretty quickly, but yeah, back then, that was a good game. Like I didn't realize it at the time, but it was going to be like one of those, you know, those games where it's like pivotal or whatever, where you just think, you don't really think much of it at the time, but looking back, you realize that this game was quite literally a game changer. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Oh, using the wrong colour. drawing on the wrong layer. That'd be right. What am I doing? Where are you? Come here, you. I like how video game accurate even the vault suits. Like they had the boss of the Fallout games in as a consultant and a executive producer. Like his, attention to detail made all the difference. Drawing that Pip-Boy. See if I can find it. Hang on. Where are you? Where are you? Thinking of doing designing some tattoos as well. See how I go. I'll do what I'll do. I'll have some arm, what are they called? I'll do some templates of some arms, and I'll draw up some sleeves. Yeah, I think everyone wants a Pip-Boy, but at the same time, everyone already has one. Like, if you think about it, a smartwatch is just a small Pip Boy. And I'm drawing a little Fallout guy. Yeah, that'll do. Little Pip-Boy guy for her. So yeah, what's coming up with the next live stream? Well, I think I'll be doing more of this. Like producing a little bit of extra bonus content before there's a convention on. Yeah, this won't be the most accurate Pip-Boy in the world, but it'll do for now. I'm a pretty basic looking one. Oh man, we're close on the 2 hour mark. Where does the time go? Yeah, I'll be doing some more, I guess, famous faces next week. Absolutely. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them on Tuesday, but I might. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, I'm pretty confident that that'll be the case going forward. Not that one. Move that up ever so slightly. Move this one down. I'll throw in a bit of extra colour. And I reckon we'll call it after I've put in these extra bits here. I mean, I'll try to make it for a clean 2 hours, but I don't think that's going to be the case for this one. Oh. So I recently uploaded some new content for this weekend. Should be good. Yeah, next week be trying to get this back up on TikTok again, because I originally had my TikTok account linked to my live stream, but yeah, it just stopped working on me, so I think I have to get that sorted all over again, which is a pain in the bum, but that's what you gotta do to make it online. Not sure why I said it that way. And anyway, yeah, I think I'll leave it there for tonight. I've been sitting. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, I've been sitting for nearly 2 straight hours. Anyway, so new updates will be coming in Tuesday. I'll be back doing my live stream. That's actually Monday if you're watching in the Northern Hemisphere. On the other side of the world, I'm looking at you, United States. But yeah, I will be back, and I will be doing some more celebrities' faces, and yeah, hope to see you then. But in the meantime, I will see ya when I see ya. So, see ya.